Hello. Today I'd like to try to replace my watch's battery. This watch is not Japanese fashion watch brand, and I think you can see the second is stepping by 2 seconds each, and it shows battery is quite low, so it needs to be replaced. So I'd like to try the replacement for my first time, and it might take time, but I would like to try. I am not good at precise work, and my English is a bit not good at enough to express my experience or feeling, but feel free to watch this movie. I think almost all of you is very beginner for this kind of work, so it's nice to think of your work by yourself. Firstly, I replaced my I removed my band. Firstly, I don't need to replace battery. I don't need band. And firstly, I'd like to open up the back side of the case, and I bought actually some tool on Amazon, and it is quite cheap. I think I bought this tool by $5 or so, but I'm living in Japan, so I paid it in all yen. But I think it contains 4 devices, and so each of them is almost $1 or so. It's very cheap, and the shape of the tip is a bit different from each other, and I'd like to use this one for this time. And my eye is farsight, so I have to wear this kind of glass. I think it's reading glass or something. Okay, I would open the cover, and the shape of this tool is like this. Triangle shape. You have to choose each of them by your watch, and I think it's kind of gap in the area of back case, and on this watch you can find the gap at around this area, maybe 5mm wide. And firstly, I have to attach this tape on this side of case to prevent scratching on it, and it's better to put another side. This is masking tape, and I would attach another masking tape on here, so you can avoid to scratch the case. Okay, so when you push in and move a bit. Then you can open the back case. Some sound, couple, would be appear, and you can hear that. There you can see the O-ring on the back case, and so for a while I don't need this back case, so I put this here. And then the battery is here. So I think you don't know, you don't read, but the letter shows SW927, SR927SW, and the maker would be Sony, HG 0%, and Japan. So it might be made in Japan. And then I have to replace the battery. I have to firstly I have to remove the battery from the case, and sometimes it is tricky, so I mean I heard sometimes the battery would hopping around somewhere, and it might damage the coil. Coil is, you can see the coil is here, and this is heart of the movement. I think this movement is quite cool. I actually saw another case, another movement, but it is not that cool. Very cheap and plastic case or something, but it is full of equipment in this area, and I think it is kind of cool and very mechanical figure, so I like it. The movement is written YM91A, and it actually made by the Seiko Epson. So the maker is not the watch company, but the inside of the mechanism would be actually Seiko. I'm not sure whether it's the right way to remove, but it's the only way to remove. It's quite tough for me to remove the battery. I actually succeed to remove battery, but I'm not sure it's the right way to do. But I removed it away. Oh, it's quite tough for me to do that. You need two devices at one time. It's quite hard work, right? So and then the system is stopping. The second index doesn't move at all. Chronograph dial is also stopped. I don't know, but the chronograph is working now. Moved. So the rest work is put in the new battery in here. So okay, here is the new battery I bought for this watch. It's Maxell SR927SW 395. 395 is just a model number or something. And I bought this in yodobashi.com. That is Japanese e-commerce. So if you are not living in Japan, you cannot use it. You cannot available from the yodobashi. So just open here, open. Okay. According to the then document of the product, this battery use some gold on it. Gold was coated on the battery. It's quite gorgeous, but that is installed inside, so you cannot see anymore. Alright, so this is some pinch, some clip, but it's made by steel, so you cannot could attach it there. I covered the pinch with this masking tape. And then another masking tape. Okay, I'm ready to clip. Right. So then put it this way. Oh. Put here. And then yeah, this way. This way. Come on. And then maybe push in here. Okay, I pushed in. This tiny, very tiny nail is here, and this is important to clamp with this nail, this very tiny nail. The working correctly? I don't know. Oh, there you go. You can see the small second is working correctly, and then the chronograph maybe work, or chronograph works correctly, and stop the second and then reset the chronograph. Oh no, it's not here. Stop, reset. Stop, stop, reset. Oh, doesn't work correctly. As you can see, the chronograph index is not showing the 0 position, and you stop the second index, the chronograph stop working, and when you push the reset button, as you can see, it doesn't return to 0 position. So you have to adjust this chronograph to 0 start position, and to do that, you have to pull the index twice, or second position, the first position and second position. Then you push this start stop button for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay. Then you push this reset button. Then you can see the minutes index is moving. So push. You can move the dial to the 0 position. When I first look at these, I was quite shocked. The chronograph was kind of broken, but it's not. It has some function like this, and you can set it back to 0 position like this. Okay, so and then you push this button 2 seconds again. 1, 2. Right, so the second index turns around, and then push this adjust button again. Adjust. It's working. 1 divided by 5 seconds. So you have to push this button 5 times than the minutes index. Many times you have to push. It's kind of exercising something funny or tired. That's depending on you. Push. Okay, push. My watch makes some sounds, cookie sometimes. It's cranky a bit. So this reset button is not used that much than the start stop button. So it's around here. I think it almost done, but one time more. Oh, okay. This is perfectly synchronized, and the index is on 0 position perfectly, and then you push in the screws here. Push screws in regular position. Then the procedure is over. Okay, congratulations. Then I think the time, you have to make the time right, but for this time I'd like to skip that procedure. It's unnecessary for you to know. I think it's very easy. Just pull it out and screw it backward and forward and that kind of thing. Very easy to control. Alright, so then I have to put the case back into here again, and for that I have to use some tool to push in the back case in the case again. So for that I have to use some tool. Open it up, and this is plastic parts, and this is a metal device to put in the. So when you screw this kind of lever, you can push in or pull out, or you can do that kind of work with this. I use 42 millimeter case, and then for pushing in I use 28 millimeter case. Right, so I put some sheet on the 42 case on the some sheet, and put the device on it, and like this, put the device on it, and what kind of case, what kind of size do you use? It's depending on the watch case. I think you have to float this glass part from the plastic body. Otherwise you can break this glass part. So I put some clothes on between the case and the device, and you put the back case, and you have to watch the gap, like this kind of gap. You have to adjust. This gap would be attached on the screw part of your watch. Screw is here, so you have to put the gap onto the screw. Maybe here. maybe here, I think so. And then put onto the case and put here, and then 28mm case I use. Right. Okay. You cannot see. Alright. Then screw it down. Oh, no. Adjust the balance. You have to adjust the balance. You have to adjust the position sometimes. Oh, small clicked sound have been appeared. You can hear the cuckoo sound. And then let's watch. Okay, the case back is backed correctly, and right, all the procedure has been finished, and as you can see, it is working correctly. Okay, I'd like to check the chronograph. Start. It is working. I'd like to wait until 1 minute passed, so please wait for a while. This watch's case is brushed type and doesn't reflect light that much, and actually I put some filter on the glass side. It prevents light to reflect too much. So this watch is totally covered by matte kind of figure. And this watch band is also kind of matte format. So I like this matte style. Okay, 1 minute passed, and stop the chronograph and reset the button. Alright, it worked perfectly correct. So my work had been finished.